Hello. I'm going on my 1 year anniversary of my um, open heart surgery, and I've been putting off doing a video. Not for any other reason, just I have a lot going on. I sold my house, bought a smaller house, and um, anyway, my uncle died a couple hours ago, and they think it was heart related. And so this was my dad's brother, who I think my son has Marfan's hereditarily from me, from my dad's side. Um, but we've only had one. My cousin David died from a ruptured aortic root, undiagnosed. Um, and like no one, even though I warned everybody that I have heart issues and my son has heart issues with a enlarged aortic root, nobody um, thinks it's an issue, and they're not getting checked out. And so my dad's brother died today, just a few hours ago, and the paramedics were guessing that it was a heart attack. And I asked uh, my dad passed away a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago. So I asked his surviving brothers if they plan on doing an autopsy, because I'd like to see or find out if it was a hereditary heart condition. And they're like, well, we just think it was a heart attack, so we're not going to do any of that. It's like, why do you think it was a heart attack? What, you know, it's like nobody, I don't know if it's because nobody cares or nobody wants to believe it. And I guess I'm so emotional because because I had to have the open heart surgery for the opening where my mitral valve was enlarged, and my valve flaps weren't reaching each other because what they're attached to was dilated. And my son has a dilated aortic root, and every 6 months he's getting checked out to make sure it's not getting bigger. And we had a cousin die from his aortic root rupturing, and I'm tired of people not thinking it's a big deal or important enough. Like, if my uncle had this hereditary condition as well, it would be a big help to know that even more people in our family had it. You know, as far as maybe more of my family would get it checked out. And I just don't want anybody else dying from it that doesn't have to. If that's in fact what it is. But I can't force people to have an echocardiogram and get checked out. People think they don't have any symptoms, they don't feel any symptoms, so they're fine. But my son doesn't have any physical symptoms as far as, shortness of breath or anything. He just has all the tall, thin, Marfan syndrome, typical physical symptoms. He doesn't have any, heart ailment symptoms. But his aortic root's dilated. It doesn't feel like anything. And when I asked my uncle, why did they think it was a heart attack? And could we have an autopsy to see if there's any enlargement of his heart or anything? He just said, well, he goes to the doctors a lot for other things, and he's never mentioned a heart issue. Okay, well, maybe he didn't know he had it, So I'm just gonna push. I'm gonna contact all my dad's other brothers and just really push for an autopsy so we could see what was going on with his heart, if anything, and maybe it was just a heart attack, but I'd like to know. I know everybody's probably upset in the family right now, but all the more reason to get it checked out to find out exactly what happened. So anyway, an update on me. I've been cutting down on weddings, and I got a full-time job as an art teacher, and now I have health benefits. So I'm glad about that, and my cardiologist I've had is covered under my prescription plan. My scar is healing very nicely. The top part of it shows up a little bit. I still have a lump at the top. It's hard to see, but it's definitely there. And the scar is more up here. Down here, there's a scar, but it's invisible. It's really invisible. And it goes to, let's see, I'm not trying to show you my goods. There's, at the bottom, there's, the scar is swollen, and these scars did not heal very good either. I mean, they're just, red and puffy, and I don't know if they're gonna go away. I did get divorced. I know one of my last videos, I talked about dealing with that whole thing, and so that's all finalized, and I'm feeling good about things. That's about it. I really wanted to vent about my uncle dying and not knowing what to do to demand an autopsy be done. I don't know if I have any say, and I guess I'll do some research. I don't know. I probably don't have any say. I wasn't close to him, and I just don't know what to do. I'll just keep bugging my uncles to get something done before he gets buried. That's it. Nothing else to report.